Sunshine of Your Love. And this is kind of still it's an intermediate lesson, and it was intended to be, for my students, kind of an introduction to playing single notes. So if you follow my lesson series in the playlist below, you can see there's a whole playlist for beginners and a whole playlist for intermediates. And if you follow these lessons in series, they're going to be logical and make sense from step to step. So we've been doing a lot of strumming, a lot of bar chords, a lot of open chords, and big chordal songs. And now we're doing these single notes. So this is going to be challenging. This is going to be a long lesson, and we're going to use a lot of different technology on the internet to help us get the rhythms and to isolate these sections and help you get through this. So initially, and I just want to say this, that this is a intermediate beginner lesson, and because of that I modified some of these power chords, because as some of you know, Clapton actually does. That's how he played some of the riff, and I changed it to, for the sake of simplicity and also for the sake of making it more of a lesson using power chords to drive the song. But it's going to be the same notes, the same riff, the same sound. You're going to be playing with the song, and it's going to be a little bit easier for you to participate. So before we get started, I want you to go to the link below and download and print this chart. This is the chart, and you're going to need a chart because there's a lot to follow with this song. So we're going to start on your chart. You want to look at the vocal cycle. That's the first thing I'm going to teach you, the red part. Okay, so the beginning of that is what I call the D riff, and the reason I call it the D riff, it goes like this. And that's like a D chord. If you look at the chart below that, the next one is the G riff, down the string. I call it the G riff because it sounds like a G chord. So I just want to get that out of the way. So just some terminology: G riff, D riff, I'm going to use that. And then everything else, A, C, G, those are just the chords like you see on the chart. Okay, so the D riff, we're building a power chord first of all. So it's going to be the first finger on the 6th string, 10th fret. And then the 3rd finger on the 5th string, 12th fret. It's these two notes. Now you got to be careful with your right hand that you only play strings 6 and 5. If you play everything, it's going to be disappointing. So you want to go 2 times, 1, 2, and then slide everybody back 2 frets to the 8th fret, both fingers. So it's now 8 and 10, and you go 1 time. And then come back to the 10th and 12th fret and play again. So if you put the whole beginning part together, it's... Make sure you have that before you move on. You can rewind all you want. Now from here, you take your 3rd finger, you're already in place, and you're going to play that one note, the 5th string, 12th fret. Go back a fret to the 5th string, 11th fret. To the 5th string, 10th fret. To the 6th string, 10th fret, to the 5th string, 8th fret, to the 6th string, 10th fret. Again, it's... Now, some of you are going to have to rewind that. I encourage you to rewind that all you need to. You can slow the video down. Make sure that's solid, okay? Once you can do that... By the way, in case I forgot, make sure your amp is set to distortion, okay? Which is what I got. You can hear it. It's like a rock sound. So if you want to hit the button on your amp, it doesn't overdrive. But anyway, now you got into this YouTube video and just a couple of functions here that I'm going to use. So do you see this loop, a portion from 0 to 18 seconds? Set it where I want you to click this loop button here, and then you're going to click loop. You're going to see that? You're going to click that box, loop a portion from, and then move this thing, this bottom line with a red line to 18 seconds. And you're going to go to this gearbox and go to playback speed custom, and let's go to 80%. So we're changing the speed and we're isolating just a section and looping it. And this, we're just gonna stay on the D riff. Now you're just gonna try to play this. Watch. That's one time. It's gonna go 4 times. 2. 3. All right, so you can do that as much as you need to. The other thing you can do is you can play it with a drum machine. This is the full speed. I just pulled this up for your reference. The song is at 104 BPMs. So with the drum machine, bring your volume up a little bit. 3, 4, and. Okay, now obviously you could change the speed of the drums, or you could change it here and just change it like that. Here, I put it 75. 2, 3, 8. Okay, so I love to teach this song because it also teaches a lot about rhythm, and especially the backbeat, okay? Because it goes, and that first, it comes in on the backbeat. It goes, so it's pretty cool. If you can learn this at a slow rhythm and then play with the beat, you're going to do great. The next thing we're going to do, for those of you that can understand that well. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do, we need to visit our chart, and I want you to look at the red part. It's called the vocal cycle. That's what I call it. Now the vocal cycle, it appears a couple times in the song. All it is the cycle. It's like a blues cycle, okay? And every time the singer starts singing, whenever Eric Clapton's voice starts singing, he sings in this cycle, and he sticks to the cycle, okay? So if you learn the cycle, all you have to learn on top of the cycle is just a couple of D riffs that he tags in, and you get the whole outline is in the chart, but you get the whole outline of the song. So let's walk you through the song. I already showed you the D riff. Hey there, sorry to interrupt. If you want to learn how to play lead guitar, I have something for you at the end of this video. 4 times. Now you're going to take that and move everything down to the G riff 2 times, so the whole relationship goes down. Make sure that with the right hand you're playing strings 4 and 5. You know, before it was 5 and 6, and now it's 4 and 5. Everything moved down. The right hand has to move down too. So now you've got 4 D riffs, 2 G riffs, 2 D riffs, and then we have this turnaround, the A, C, G part, and I'm going to walk you through that. So, first of all, it's 4 D riffs. 2 G riffs. 4 D riffs. And then you got A 4 times, C 2 times, G 2 times. A, C, G. A, C, G. And then 2 bars of A. And then back to the D riff. So that turnaround is actually. So it is 4 beats of A, 2 of C, 2 of G. But the rhythm is like this. If you can just hear it and do it, I think you should do it. If you hear it but you can't do it, then just do your basic strum of 4 times of A, 2 C's, and 2 G's. So that's the whole vocal cycle. You can practice the vocal cycle with another loop, 1233. And that's going to be here. Let me make another video. Okay, so now I'm looping this part. This is another video that I pulled up, another YouTube video. Again, I click the loop button, I click the box to form a loop, and I'm looping from 15 seconds to 1 minute and 8 seconds. Unfortunately, it doesn't give me the exact place I want it to be. I think I wanted it to be at like 17 seconds, but it gives me 15. Those are the increments. So now I'm going to play this with the band. So let me bring this back to here. Here we go. It's getting there's 1, 2, 3, to the G riff. Here's where the video loops if you set it to loop, which I encourage you to do. So if you've come this far, I want to congratulate you. Oh, another thing I didn't mention is when you play with the YouTube of the Sunshine I Love with the looper of the vocal cycle from 15 seconds to 1 minute 8 seconds, make sure to slow that video down. You can slow it down to 70% and then work your way up, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Lastly, you got to incorporate these extra D riffs that Clapton puts in. So he puts it in, it does 4 D riffs as an intro, and then they do the vocal cycle. So the vocal cycle is also 4 D riffs. So there's 8 D riffs total. And by the way, I do teach music full time. Music is a lot to do with math and counting and charting and knowing the exact increments, and this is really important. I'm now 40 years old, but when I was like 30 years ago, and even 25 years ago, 15 years ago, I had a lot of resistance to like writing things down in my immaturity, and it became a lot easier for me to learn a lot of music by writing very accurate charts. So I encourage you to do the same. You can download my chart, you can make your own chart, but I encourage you to don't keep it all in your head. Write it out and have a chart so you can look and know where you're at in your development. Listen, if you're stuck, hit me up on Skype. I can teach you this and many other songs and techniques. Also, join my Patreon, and that helps me out. I make these videos for free, but I gotta eat too. Join my Patreon, and I can give you a lot more support through the Patreon comment section. Plus, there's a whole bunch of resources that are not available on YouTube that are available on Patreon. So, comment your requests, your questions below, and check out all the links below. There's lots of cool stuff. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Hey guitar player, if you want to learn how to play lead guitar and you're a beginner, I have something for you. This is a very detailed beginner course for lead guitar playing. Step by step, it's going to show you how to improvise. It's going to show you all of your pentatonic scales in the key of E minor, which is 8 positions over the span of 22 frets. You're also going to get 40 of my phrases that I'm going to teach you, and these are cool phrases. I'm also going to include the tabs of all of the phrases that I'm playing and all the positions that I'm playing. And you're going to have video of very in-depth, step-by-step explanations of how to start improvising. And more importantly, it's going to teach you how to think like a guitarist. I'm going to teach you how guitarists interact with live music and how we think. And so it's going to be very beneficial. If you get through this course, this will take you from beginner, absolute beginner, all the way to intermediate. You'll be an intermediate lead player by the end of this course. So it's very in-depth. I know that's a bold promise, but it's true, okay? You can check it out for free, do the free trial, and then go from there. Please ask me any questions that you have, I want to see you play lead guitar. You can do this. You can absolutely do this. Step by step, one day at a time. We're going to do this together. We're going to do this at your pace. So check it out. The information's in the link below.